Boom, and we're live. What's going on, you guys? It is DollarCostCrypto here with me. She already got a super chat in, baby. What's going on, man? Crypto Boogie with the $5 super chat. LOL, just got my order of tacos in time for the show, dog. I'm glad to hear it. Hope they're al pastor. What's going on? Let's see. Fallout Zone G intro fire as always. Thank you, sir. KDVO shoo. Ruthless Viking, like the video, smash a like button. Hey, thanks, bro. We live, baby. Let's see. Hex Greenhorn sub DCC. Hey, what's going on, brother? I like the pick. Let's see. A1 get some. Howdy, sir. No party for tonight? I guess not, man. You know, just been too busy like moving the portfolio around and stuff like that. And we'll talk a little bit about that in a minute and stuff. But yo, shout out Balia Brand. Hey, Balia Brand, hit me up in the DM, dude. We need to do a stream together. So hit me up, dude. I was thinking about it, like, who haven't I done a stream with recently? I was like, dude, I haven't fucking streamed with Brand in a long time, man. So hit me up, dude. I would love to do a stream. The man, the myth, the legend. But let's see who's first right here. The first person in the stream is, shout out Frankie Mandingo. Wow. Frankie Mandingo. Hex is the way. That is correct, sir. And shout out to Renchi T. Hey, yo, man. I got some great people, man. I love you guys, man. What's going on? Paul De La Rosa. What is going on, man? DCC. What's up? What's up? Dingo Wolf. Dude, you guys got some of the funniest names, man. Let's see, Nellyville 23. What's up, DCC1 console carnal? Hit me up in the Telegram. I mean, in the the Twitter and stuff. My links in the bio and stuff, and I'll get back to you. I'm getting back to everybody right now, actually. So I'm booking out people right now for the next 2 weeks. So hit me up. Let's go all the way down, man. Let's get the hopium, maybe. That's right, man. We're gonna make it. We are going to make it. Unsung hero. Richard Hart kept it real on his latest NASCAR rant. Yeah, I mean, I had the same sort of okay, so I had the same sort of thoughts on the NASCAR thing, but it's just like, why? I mean, I just didn't want to put negative energy out there. So what's the point? You know what I mean? It's like, but hey, I mean, it was cool. I mean, I will say this. So the guy who was driving the NASCAR looked pretty Chad, man. I was like, pretty good pick. I'm just saying, like, seeing him in the Hex onesie and stuff, man, in the NASCAR suit, man, that shit looked pretty nice, man. Pretty nice. But I kind of, figured that he wasn't going to qualify, as well as, like, it just, I mean, I'm just not going to talk too much about it and stuff, but, Richard Hart kept it real and stuff. And then, yeah, it's better to market and stuff like what we do here and stuff with the courses and everything like that. This is how we really get a lot of people into Hex, and as well as, you can only really influence other people. It takes a while to get people into the crypto game. So it's not the easiest thing in the world to do, but, you got to stick to sort of your demographics, but hey, dude, hey, A for effort, man. No hate here. Whoa, damn, the comments are coming in fast. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, or you get unsubscribed for some reason. And I saw, I'll probably put it up on Twitter in a minute. Some guy said that basically he had subscribed to me 3 times, had to subscribe to me because he keeps getting unsubscribed. That's wild, man. But thank you. A shout out for the just continued effort to keep yourself subscribed, man. I appreciate it. Really, I really, really do. But yeah, man, let me try to skip back a little bit. Thoughts on NASCAR? Oh, I just did right there. Yeah, dude, Richard went hard in the paint on that shit, but this is what it is, I think he was mostly mad that, like, it wasn't a single because, like, a lot of the money that was used, or like, I'm talking out my ass here a little bit, but Richard Hart pretty much made it seem like, most of the money was people sold Hex to purchase it, and that's probably what did happen for the most of it. I'm pretty sure someone put 25 grand in USDC or something that they already had, but $660,000 or ish in that range. I'm not 100% sure on it, of selling pressure on the Hex price. So, I get it. Jesus finally being able to catch it live. Well, from Hex Jesus to Jesus, man. And welcome, man. Bienvenidos. Angry Twinkie, DCC looking like you're getting into fighting shape. No, I definitely am, man. I did legs yesterday. I did chest today. Man, oh my God, I had a new PR, at least since I've been back and stuff. So I'm doing, like, what is that? Like, I'm doing like 260 pounds and stuff, for, like, I was doing like 6x5s on it. So it was like butter. I just didn't want to push it too much, but yeah, that last one I almost did 4, but I managed to kind of figure it out a way, but yeah, man. Thomas Bombadil, what's going on? Miguel is here to show us a way. Yeah, shout out Tom Bombadil, baby. Bombadil gang. Utility Will, best community. Fuck yeah, man. Just shrugged the monster, man. Dude, I just can't stop reading the comments, man. I love the love, man. I really do appreciate you guys. You guys are the best. It's hard. It's really hard because sometimes I just want to get to topics and stuff, but it's like I don't get it. Like, I want to talk to you guys as well, because I really do care about you guys, and I want you guys to succeed. So, a big part, so it's always like a sort of a balancing act with me in terms of, like, between giving out knowledge as well as just, like, giving you, the community, the dApps, and, answering, like, a question, even if it goes kind of off the trail. But yeah, man, heck yeah, dude. I'll probably do this for a little bit longer, man. I don't mind. Like, I want to talk to you guys. Let's see what do we got here. Miguel, you got to get Charlie an intro. He'll never get this one. So yeah, I'm helping him. I'm helping. Don't worry. It's coming. It's coming. Charlie is quite a picky man, but he's a good dude, man. For real. Let's see. Okay, Chase Samrak. If you were someone getting into crypto now and you're getting in the quarter two course, okay, what would you be doing right now? Save it for the course or DCAing into what? I would be DCAing into Ethereum right now, slowly, just like, just regular dollar cost averages. At least half the money into Ethereum right now, just to kind of see where things are going, and the other half I would I would get some USDC, and that Ethereum would be just to save up enough so you have like 1,000 or 2,000, maybe 1 or 2, 3 Ethereum, so you can purchase an Ethereum or 2 of Hex, leave it in a MetaMask, and just chill for a bit. you know, and that's what I would do right now until April. I mean, like, let's see, what time is it right now? Or 1 month. Yeah, we're almost done with the month. We got maybe like 12-ish days. Actually, it's the shortest month of the year, so like 10 days. Isn't that messed up? Black History Month's on the shortest month of the year. That's fucked. That's so fucked. Oof. Oh my god. But anyway, so we've got about 10 more days in the month, and then basically after that, in that range. So yeah, just save up a ton of USDC, have cash ready, and start buying just DCA a little bit into ETH. If we get a breakdown on ETH to like the low 2100s and stuff, great time to pick up some cheap ETH. ETH is the name of the game. Get a bunch of ETH right now, because ETH gives you the most ability to maneuver anywhere in crypto and stuff. And then we'll teach you essentially how to get into all these other ecosystems, PulseChain once it launches, as well as like the best strategies for how to get into the PulseChain ecosystem. And for right now, it's collecting just liquid hex. If you do buy a decent amount of hex, then you can buy some T-shares and stuff like that. And we could talk about that at some other time. But I will say, if you want to make I highly discourage anyone from doing any short-term stakes. Only 1 year to 15-year stakes in that range. So it's a 1, 2, 3, in that you can even do a 1.5-year stake if you'd like. But unless you have a lot of hex, and I'm talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 million hex liquid in your wallet, I would really discourage you from doing monthly stakes. Unless you have that much. If you're kind of messing around with 50,000 hex, there's not much of a point. So I would just rather you keep it liquid. But yeah, definitely always when we have the courses and stuff, have cash ready and stuff, because we usually have a bunch of opportunities and things to get into. Shout out, man. Yo, Rick, I'm a Hexagon staking. Thanks for your non-financial advice. No, for sure, bro. She. Jeremy, what's going on, baby? Shoo. Valiant Brand, message on Telegram. Hey, shout out, man. Brand's one of the G's, man. Shout out, bro. Brand's such a nice guy, for real. Like, you subscribe to Brand. He's a good dude. Miguel Garcia, what's up, DCC? Another Miguel. Hey, what's going on, brother? I like the beard. I wish I could grow one. Let's see. Miguel's hoe. Wow. How much is the Hex Jesus consult? Let's see. I can see a meme joke or a joke, but it's about $1,000 for a console and stuff. The consults run about an hour 15, but usually I go a little bit longer than that, especially if it's the first consult we do, just because I need to, kind of profile you in terms of like what's your headspace, what's going on with your portfolio. It's the first time you're getting into the crypto space, or I need to kind of like test the waters and see what type of or where you are in your crypto journey, and make adjustments from there, and then have especially if you're more advanced, and we have more kind of like advanced conversations in terms of where to yield and kind of what's the best decision to do at that time, because there's some people with like heavy profits and they need to redistribute, or other people like Miguel. Well, how can I take money out of my portfolio in the most effective way where I still have a lot of upside, but I need to take care of some stuff at home or an emergency? I've had quite a few of those kind of consultations where I've helped people like emergency unstake, just is what it is. They've had an emergency unstake hex stakes, or had to sell things in the DeFi space because of hospital stuff. So no, not the best situation, but I've helped a lot of people in a lot of emergencies and stuff like that. So that's kind of what I'm here for. My specialty is portfolio redistributions. I'm used to dealing with like, outsized gains and how to move money around to continue the gains, as well as put you in a position where you have cash flow coming in and you're able to then take advantage of opportunities, especially on dips. So yeah. Thanks, Miguel's Ho. Value Brand with a 369, baby. What's going on? Heck yeah. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Let's see. Yeah, if you ain't first, you last. Love it, man. Shake and bake, baby. Shake and bake. Let's see. Let the Moon Gang shit. 260. Yeah, let me see. It's about 260. That range. Wait. Yeah, 260. Not too bad and stuff. I used to be stronger and stuff. I'm just working my way up and stuff and everything. But that's just a flat bench. I used to be able to incline bench like maybe like 325 and stuff. I had like 3 plates and what is it, 5s? So what is that? 315? Yeah, 325. Yeah, so 325. That's that's the only weight I've tried to like do reps. I never really try to go for singles and stuff, other than when I first started. But yeah, I usually stayed away from singles and stuff like that, unless like I was doing the only thing I would ever try to like PR on and stuff in terms of like 1 rep max would be like deadlifts and stuff. But obviously you can you'll eventually break something for sure. What's going on? Stimmy check equals BTC, $10 super chat. Q1 yield plays are fire. I know, right? Money, 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 money. Yeah, ready to start with Palomos. Oh, Timothy, what's going on, brother? Man, I'm glad you got your job, man. So, hey, shout out, man. He's a crypto mindset alumni. Just got his first job in crypto. So, congratulations, man. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Okay, so Phantom Boo LPs is APY is down from 70 to 8 to 48% APY. Why, bro? Why? Oh, so what's going on is basically people are people in the system are flying to safety. So some people are probably doing less of their degen yields, and so it's the more money is kind of pooling into the safer stuff. That's one of the reasons why, as well as like obviously if the prices are down, transactions go down a little bit, which brings the APY down. But that just is what it is. Jesus, my hand's big. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to cut down right now. I'm like 270, maybe like 268, somewhere in that range. So I'm trying to get down maybe to 240 at first, maybe 250, and see how I go from there. But I'll probably end like it isn't really about the weight. It's more of just the look, and just as long as I feel healthy and stuff. But I do want to drop probably like 40 pounds and stuff. But if I start working out like consistently and stuff, I'll lose a shit ton of weight. I can gain and lose weight really easily. Yo, Fallout Zone 1 G. Beats is yielding nicely, plus the Beats wars aren't even bad. Plus, I know, right? So yeah, so you're gonna have an uptick. So I'm kind of guesstimating there's probably going to be an uptick every 2 weeks on the token and stuff. So we can take a look. We can take a quick look at it right now. Let's see. So let's take a look at Beats. Number 544, pretty good, 92 cents. It's up 2 cents since last night. That's really good. $60 million market cap. There's a good emission schedule and stuff. Right now, the APR on this is about, I think it's like 82% APR, which is pretty nice. For this, if you're going to get into Beats and stuff, even right now is not a terrible price. If it comes down to 80s or 70s, I'm snatching up a ton more. Right now, I've been funneling money from one of my other farms just to boost up my Beethoven X farms, and then so I'm doing F Beats as my strategy for Beethoven X. So you buy Beats and then you stake it on the platform and you turn it into F Beats, which it's almost like XBoo in a way, right? And then you just start gaining 82% APR on it, which is quite really good, as well as there's a bunch of these little cool things. So every 2 weeks they have sort of a gauge vault, or let me see. I don't know if I can show it. Let me see if I could show it. I'll be right back. Let me see if I can just pull it up real quick. Didn't have to cut me off. Oh, I love it. Is it true Hex Jesus heals the crypto blind? I do. I bring them to the way. But at the same time, I can bring you to the river to drink, but I can't make you drink, right? 1 meal a day works great for me. No, it actually can, but I do find that if you lower your meals too infrequently, like if you're doing 1 time a week, you can slow your metabolism down. unless you're really, really active and stuff. So, I mean, I used to work so much. I could just cut. I remember, like, especially when I was like 19 and 21, all I would have to do to lose weight, because, like, it's so funny. I would eat a bag of chips every day, which is not great, but it just is what it is, right? A bag of hot Cheetos or something like that. And if I ever needed to lose weight, I just, like, would stop eating chips every other day, and I would drop 10 pounds. Oh, it was so funny. People get so mad at that shit. I was just like, I'll just eat one less bag of chips, or like 3 extra bags of chips less a week. I'll just drop a ton of weight. LOL. That's so funny. But yeah. All right, Peng Lung. All right, if I'm thanks for the I don't even know what currency that is, but I appreciate it. If I'm in the red on uni bags, should I sell, cut losses, or hold for hope for recovery? Obviously, non-financial advice, but if you're not liking it, like, just roll it into something else, basically. I mean, get Hex or maybe some Beats and stuff. I know Beats is going to do really well as a short to medium term play. Hex is a really good play right now. The price is down to 17 cents right now, which is pretty good. The gas fees aren't even that terrible. I mean, I can look right now. The Gwei right now is 76 Gwei. So if you wait a couple hours tonight, like in 3 hours, the Gwei will probably be down to 50. So you're talking about a $25, $30 transaction fee on Uniswap. Not too shabby to get some Hex and just chill. And then you get the airdrop as well if you leave it in your MetaMask. So, I mean, I would probably just sell it for Hex or something. That's probably what I would do. But that's my opinion. Do what you want to do. Didn't have to cut me off. Okay. Hey, yo, what color? DollarCostCrypto. Should I buy more CAR to get my cost basis down? I still have conviction in the project. Yeah, sounds like a good idea. I mean, like, if just think of, like, all right, see the new current price and just think, okay, I usually don't recommend this, but when prices are going down, this is the one time where, like, you can sort of think about maybe either percentage of the total supply of the project you want, or a number, right? Maybe like, I want 1,000 or a 3,000, and then kind of once you hit that goal, then you're good and you stop, basically. Like, I wanted this many. This is what I wanted. Boom, boom. This is my math. This is my strategy. When it starts pumping, I'll try to yield if I can on it, and then that's it. Right? Especially if it's like a minor play in your portfolio. But yeah, you can just dollar cost average. And I mean, right now the price is in the shitter right now. Let's take a look. And I'll pull up Beethoven X right now. I already pulled it up. But yeah, I'll just go, just because I want to. This guy's an OG, a listener of mine. Let's go to Karura. $1.50. Yikes. My God. It's down from 13.20. It probably was a little higher than that, but like $1. So, I mean, it can only go down 10 more %, which is a lot of X's down. But like, we're I mean, I don't think it's going to go to like 70 cents or 50 cents or something like that. But like, fucking worst case on this is a Bitcoin breaks down and stuff. This will probably like 90 cents at worst, 80 cents. So buying down, averaging down the price is not terrible. I mean, like, let's just say you did a $5,000 position. That's a decent amount of CAR. And then you just chill. Or I mean, obviously, I don't recommend doing round numbers, but everyone does it. Let's just be for real. So maybe you're just like, I want 3,000 because I'll do the rule of 3. I'll take profits on this. I'll do this one, and then the 1,000 CAR moon bag, right? So that's what it is. But you do it for your portfolio. Maybe you decide, you know what, I'll just get 300 CAR and then just chill. But that's the way I would play Karura right now. I'm actually even thinking, if it goes a little lower, I probably will get a position on this. At some point, there's going to be pumps on the all the Polkadot, Kusama ecosystem tokens and stuff. Even Glimmer's down right now. I've actually seen some cool stuff on Glimmer and stuff. I've also seen some rug projects starting to launch on Glimmer, which is kind of wild to even think about that. But yeah, Karura is going to be one of the first of those. It's going to be better. I mean, it's going to probably start pumping better than Makala as soon as, like, because its ecosystem's are far more ahead on the Kusama side than it is on the Polkadot side right now. But yeah. Didn't have to cut me off. See, prioritize your health. Take it from me, 54 years old. I box 4 times a week, 5'10", 295. Not bad, man. Hey, man, I ain't hating on you, bro. I got you, man. I'm prioritizing it for real. But I had to prioritize making sure that I'm financially stable and stuff, and doing really well for my family. Then, yeah, focusing on the health. Don't worry. I mean, I know I don't look at and stuff, but I was a gym rat for a long time and stuff. Like, I spent from Nah, well, I'll say like 19 to 27 in the gym. Like you will be able to find me there almost every night. So I know my way around a gym. That bass boost is sick. Yeah, it really is. Best diet advice in crypto: eat less chips, get ripped. Yeah, I mean, dude, most of the times if you're just working out, I mean, if you're just working out, if you work out, I mean, the way you want to start it off, I mean, like, there's gonna be all these people, oh my god, ketogenic diet and stuff. Everything. All right. You want to do stuff in steps, because if you do, like, I'm gonna fix my diet, then I'm gonna do the ketogenic diet, then I'll start working out, I'm gonna put the cardio on top of that. They started off on the same fucking day. No, that's not how you do it and stuff, because your body adapts to it. Your body's a son of a bitch. It's an asshole. Like, it really is. It's a really effective machine of optimum laziness. Right? As soon as it's like, oh, I see what this fucker's doing to lose weight. We'll now get used to it now. Now it's not effective. Now you got to do more and more and more. And this is how people get stuck in the whole cardio bunny thing, or this, like, the worst thing for a guy is when you get skinny fat. Ugh. It's skinny fat. It's like you end up doing so much cardio that you look fluffy. You're like fluffy skinny. Like, like, no, you don't look tough or hard, and you start losing your muscle too quickly. It's disaster. Fuck that, dude. No way. So you start off by working out. Then you increase the amount of time you're going to the gym consistently, so you make it into a good habit. Then from there you start adding a little bit of cardio, nothing too crazy. Probably just walking or something like that, really easy on the joints and stuff, especially if you're heavier and stuff. And then you start picking the cardio up a bit from there and stuff. And it's the sort of thing, like, you don't even have to add the cardio from there. I mean, like, you can just a little light walk and then start fixing up the diet and stuff. But the really important thing is really just going consistently to the gym, and then you just watch the pound. You'll get rid of the easy pounds doing the easy stuff, and then just start going up from there. Yeah. If you cut carbs like crazy, only fruit for carbs. Yeah, but you got to be able to maintain that as well. Like, what's the point? You'll just like that. But what level? Okay, Oscar Respeto. With the $5 super chat, what level of risk you see on Mintra and liquid loans? Well, whales and either one could just dump the price to shit, and then or the Mintra. I guess the Mintra, because I do like Mintra, but let's just say the risk is NFTs don't really take off that well on the PulseChain ecosystem. The volume's pretty low. The token just gets sold, and people's like, "Fuck this," and then nothing happens with that, or another competitor joins the space that's got more of a brand name, and people start using it, and that takes off instead of Mintra. But first incumbents usually do pretty well. You can look at PainsSwap. PainsSwap's still like the best NFT platform on Phantom and stuff. So that's kind of how I'm kind of looking at Mintra right now. In terms of liquid loans, it would really have to do. And I really have to do with the team and stuff on the ecosystem. It just means, like, do the people who hold a majority of the tokens going to end up using that, right? If people believe in the token and it does pretty well, and they hold for a long time, if they play it's all this stuff is about if the whales and the major players believe in the project long term and aren't just dumping it for a quick cash flip. A lot of people, if they do, then it's going to hurt the token price pretty badly, as well as, like, there's chance with Mintra, right? You lose an NFT, like, fuck, you're not hurting as bad typically. On liquid loans, there could be, if there's a bit of a contract issue, or like, obviously I know it's going to be like get audited and all that jazz and everything like that, but there always is the risk of the money that's being used for these loans, that it gets hacked and it gets withdrawn. Now we have a huge, dumping issue with a hacker or something like that. These are just things that's going to happen. There's always contract risk. So yeah. But hey, when I'm putting money into them, yeah, probably will. But it's not going to be like the money I put into PulseX or Pulse, the RH coins and stuff. It's going to be nowhere near that. But I'll make a healthy contribution for what I think for my portfolio. And more to come. Look in the pinned messages. Didn't have to cut me off. Let's see. Shout out Hexmac. Gas is 58 right now, homies. Oh, very nice. When car zero next week, bro. Let's see. Is it the right current market cycle to best on the DCN to Moonbeam for the next bull market? I don't really think we're in the bear market really troughs of it right now. If you want to start DCAing into this stuff, basically, like I would wait for one more little downturn in BTC. I think there's going to be one last little shakeout. That's when I would DCA into the alts more heavily right now. So I'm doing like little DCAs here and there, unless it's like a project like Beats or something like that, or a Hex. Like Hex, I'm watching carefully. If it drops to 15, I'll probably do another larger purchase. Jumps to 13. I kind of have it on a 2-cent ladder basically. So 15 purchase, 13 purchase, 11 purchase, 9 purchase, like that basically. And the 9, I've got it like basically at the 10 cents basically in order for it to hit. But that's kind of how I'm playing it. And if it goes to something, I mean, I really doubt it would go to 9 cents, but I really think the bottom is like 11, 13 cents for this little dip. Because it's gonna dip once we pass the 25th. We're probably gonna have a little dip, and then maybe 1 or 2 days of like low prices on Hex, and then from there we'll start kind of launching up every 5 cents every week or some shit like that. So we'll be at 25 cents pretty shortly in March. So heck yeah, man, pretty happy. Didn't have to cut me off. Okay, Fallout Zone G. Thoughts on the upcoming Reaper coin launch? They've been able to guarantee generate a lot of buzz. Yeah, well, they're the main replicator website on Phantom. I think they're pretty cool. You do have to link your. I think the way you do it is they're giving people pre-IDO sales prices on the tokens. Depending on NFTs you purchased in the ecosystem. So pretty cool concept, but you have to link one of your addresses to your Discord, and then just essentially prove that you have it through a signature, and then you'll get an airdrop depending on if you're in one of the top NFT projects. So anyone who has Magic Cats, you'll get an allocation and stuff. So I'm going to get a lot of allocation on my Magic Cats. I'll try to post there's a spreadsheet going around in terms of like what's the allocation and what's kind of like the split. But last time I looked on it, it was like 380 coins per Magic Cat, I think. So depending on how many Magic Cats you have, it gives you them IDO points. But obviously, if you have more expensive NFT, it gives you more points. So, they're mostly basing it off of, they gave a larger allocation to the Magic Cats, but since there's 5,000 of them, most of their collections are like 1,000 or 100, so they have a larger number. But some of you guys had the chance to buy spend 500 Phantom for 5 cats, which will give you something like almost 2,000 coins, which is pretty good. Yeah, card took a shit. But yeah, man. But when no one's paying attention, that's where you can make some money. So yeah, definitely. Yo, Mike Tyson, what's going on, brother? Yo, I think Hex will be a household name in the next 10 years. Definitely, it will be. Heck yeah, man. What is the fancy brand of creatine that you use? German creatine. So this one right here. This is a creatine I've used for years. I love it a lot. It's pretty good. It's mostly, the reason I like it is because you can just dry scoop it. Pretty easy. Let's see if I have it right here. There's another creatine that I bought when this one ran out. That it's like all creatine monohydrate's the same, but man, this one doesn't mix well. So I just like, fuck this, man. It works. If you have to use it, you use it, but like this stuff's pretty good. So usually I like taking maybe like 2 scoops a day, one in the morning, one in the nighttime and stuff, one before a stream. It's pretty good. I mean, it's basically just energy for your bodies and your cells. Didn't have to cut me off. Craig, man, keep up the good work. Hey, no, man, I appreciate it, man. Calories in, calories out. That's correct. Yep, Brian. Oh, shout out to Brian, man. This guy's a G. Dude, I know a lot of you guys, man. Like, you guys are awesome. Like, I really do like this guy, but this guy is super awesome. Rick, I'm 52, hitting the gym 6 days a week. Man, if I'm 52 still hitting the gym 6 times a week, man, dude, that's sick, Rick. I'm proud of you, man. That's tight. Yeah, I'll be doing some kind of crazy stuff. All you need is to be in a calorie deficit. Yeah, but also work out. I mean, you don't want to look like a bitch either. Let's be for real. I mean, like, what the fuck? Like, nah, dude. Like, there's this whole thing like, oh, just fix your diet. Okay, yeah, fix your diet. But then you just like, you're not body compositioning correctly. You're just losing weight, which is fine. But you want to add you want to get extra muscle on your frame, or at least maintain the muscle you're building right now, so you look better. You look better when you have muscle on your frame, right? That's right. Eat steak, drink whiskey, run from cops for cardio. That's the way you do it. Dollar Cost, did you cop one of the Flappy Birds? Fuck, I think I didn't do. I had the whitelist, and I got a whitelist. I don't think I even print. Shoot, I forgot. I'll look into it. Damn it. Well, I knew I forgot something. My bad. Let's see. Sandy Beach. Yep. I tell my patients who want to lose weight to start off with walking, especially if they never worked out before. Great advice. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, you got to start with like something you can do because it's hard. Like I actually, funny enough, one thing that I used to do a lot was, especially when I got really leaned out and stuff for myself, for my frame, was I was using a lot of elliptical, but then I started noticing the elliptical started because I was using the elliptical. The elliptical is really easy on the knees. But it does put the pressure somewhere. So I started noticing it started putting this is after a long time. So it wasn't just like I was going to the gym every day and like doing cardio every day. So I was kind of like pushing it to like craziness. But I started feeling a little more pressure. I started getting pain in my lower back from the elliptical, basically. So then I switched up to more cardio and stuff and added incline and everything. But once you lose, I mean, like once you lose a bunch of weight, you can start doing more stuff. But you always got to be careful with your knees. Like I always made sure, like, because I saw what happened to my father. In terms of his body and everything like that. So I'm really cognizant of like protecting my knees and especially my knees and stuff and everything like that in my lower back because it's not fun when you can't move around. Actually, a lot of my buddies that were huge sumo deadlifters and like heavy squatters and stuff are like all fucked up right now. Like I stopped right in time, like because I was heavy deadlifting as well, but I was doing conventional. I was doing conventional, usually supinated grip. Deads and stuff. And, I like eventually you start getting a little bit of back pain and stuff. So I just chilled off of it. Some of them like were doing a lot of sumo stuff and they got old man hips now. And like, or the guys who are benching a lot, they got a bum shoulder or like their elbows all kind of fucked up and stuff. Or then sometimes you can actually get a ton of pressure right here on your wrist as well from benching and everything. So I mean, but it just is what it is. You do something a lot, you're gonna get some damage on yourself. But it's just kind of like getting to a point and just kind of listening to your body. But yeah, man. Let's see. All right, Alf the Nemesis. What's going on, dude? Hey, DCC, do you see Tank Warzone is going to be the first P2E game on Phantom Opera? Minting is going on right now with Hunter. That's pretty cool, dude. I'll check it out, man. Thanks for the alpha, dude. Alpha the Nemesis. You should be like Alpha the Alpha. That'd be really funny. But man, yeah, no, shout out, man. Yeah, I'm starting to see some YouTubers talking about. I always say the Cardada, the crab game that's on that and stuff. Like I'm starting to see videos on that coming out, but that's pretty good. It's just a little expensive for the average person to get into it, but that's pretty cool. Yep. Phantom Foundation. Yeah, the Phantom Foundation does great work, man. So I'll definitely look into it and stuff. Tank Warzone. I'll check it out. Oh, dude, 10% mindset with the $10 super chat. Shout out for all the Moon Gang. Hey, dude, shout out, man. I appreciate it, dude. Even his little character is green. What's going on, dude? Where's the Puerto Rican rum? It is right here, sir. But I'm not mixing Puerto Rican rum with energy drink. Cyram, please help me. I'm addicted to buying Hex. No, it's perfectly fine. Just make sure that you're buying where the gas fees aren't like stealing too much of your coins and stuff. If it's a 5% fee, or even you can even do 10 if you really wanted to, but I usually try to do 5 as a minimum purchase and stuff. But that's fine. But always stack up a little USDC and a little Ethereum here and there and stuff like that, or just have some other play. Like me, like I'm an OG Hexican. I fuck with Hex heavy, but I have other things in my portfolio. So when Hex isn't doing anything, I'm making money on other stuff, and I'm able to then roll money back into Hex on the low. This is why I always have cash to buy at lows and stuff, just because I always have something doing really well. Even during all these dip and stuff, like no matter what, like the portfolio has been doing very well. Everything's yielding or maintaining and stuff. I've been able to repothecate into positions. So even though the prices are going down, like dollar-wise, everything's staying the same, and I have more coins. So when prices go back up, more coins equals more profit. Yep. Ba-da-da-da-da. Would it be good to get some KSM into Remark? I keep seeing lots of hype for Remark from influencers. Not really hype on KSM. I still have my KSM position. I'm yielding on it. I'm actually watching the ratios, but there hasn't been a good trade on it yet. It once the ratio gets to a certain point, like if we hit like a 7 or 6 on the ratio for KSM dot, I'll probably move into some dot, and then when the ratio kind of swings back, I'll get back more into Kusama. But Remark is a great platform. It works. It's the main. What I like about it, it was distributed pretty fairly to actual users on Kusama. So most of the people holding Remark are actually just normal Kusama users, which I like, and it's not VCs. So Remark's a decent coin. It's a good NFT platform. But of course, if things are down right now, the volume gets a little light. But I think Remark is a good coin. It's not going to rug or anything like that. At least I don't think so. And they got things coming out for it. So I think it's a pretty decent coin. I definitely had some Remark, but I did move my Remark when I was in profit into DeFi Kingdom. So this is what I say when I make some of these moves and stuff into other coins. But at some point, I probably will do that. I'm kind of thinking myself right now of taking some of my KSM profits in terms of because I've been yielding on the tokens for a long time, to take some of that yield and just roll it into a Remark just to hold a position. I mean, I can look in Remark right now in terms of where it's at right now. RM. What the hell? I'm not finding it. Oh, here it is. And I'm not showing my screen. Of course, I'm not. Sorry. There we go, Remark. So yeah, it's about $18 right now, $173 million market cap. Strictly in supply, that's really good. A lot of the tokens are out. Yep. About $60 3 high. Pretty decent. I mean, like if it holds this level, if not, it'll just probably come down to right here, which will be like roughly like $11, $12. So starting a little DCA into this is not terrible. But obviously, look, if we get one more little bit of leg down, like one more shakeout on the BTC price, let's just say we head down towards let's just say we break into the mid 35s, then you'll be able to pick this up for about $15, $14, maybe even 12 at the low. So that'd be kind of my strategy looking at these alts. So right now I'm kind of really looking at alts. If BTC breaks down, then boom. If it doesn't and we start breaking back up to the upside, then we can just buy while it's kind of climbing, so you'll be able to pick this up at the $22 mark at worst case. And this is what I'm doing for most alts and stuff. Obviously, they're very specific ones, and maybe like Beats and stuff, where I'm kind of just loading up right now just because it's under $1, so it's under that psychological level, which I'm fine at buying. But yeah. Let's see. Michael James Campanoli 2. My friend in Florida cleans out banks. He just called me saying they have 500 close bank jobs to clear out work. Wonder why? Maybe crypto. Yeah, probably. Also, I mean, there is talks too. Like the Fed kind of wants to like become a bank itself, and directly bank the United States people. So there could be competition over there with the Fed and everything on top of that. But I know the local banks and stuff. JP Morgan and all even though JP Morgan doesn't control a seat at the table anyway with the Federal Reserve, but a lot of these banks are saying fuck that noise. Yeah, 10 grams of creatine daily. Yep. You got that Nazi creatine. Cool. Yeah. And the brain. Yeah, creatine's really good for the brain. It's a good nootropic as well. So it's really well. It used to be cheap since all this bullshit been going on. Like, dude, this little German creatine thing was like $8 per bottle. It's $30 fucking $5 now, $40, man. Talk about inflation. You see, this is the stuff that we want right here. The stuff that we actually want goes up in price. Like this, I really recommend this one's flavorless. You can just dry scoop it. Tits. They used to sell like the really big bags of it. I used to buy the bags of it where like it was a big Ziploc bag. It'd basically be like 4 or 5 of these all in one bag and stuff. So I used to buy a bunch of those, but like they don't sell them anymore. They only sell these little things. But these are also pretty useful too, because you can always use little 5-gram scoopers for everything, because usually most things you use in powder form are always like 5-gram scoopers anyway. When DCCC kept the dry powder, that's what he means. Yeah. All right, what's going on, Tweety Bird, with the $5 super chat? Hex.com's staking Hex will be at a wait, what? Stating that Hex will be at a 3.678 coin is very conservative. I assume coins have Solana reach. What? Oh, I get it with the price appreciation. Well, in 2 years, I mean, like, let's just see. I would be very content if it hit $25 per hex. I would be, I mean, that'd be pretty awesome, as well as like you're also earning about, especially if your average stake length is like 5 years and stuff and everything like that. Your average APY is probably like 32% APY on your money and stuff per year. So it's pretty good. So if you end up having a multiple X, so let's just do, like, obviously, like in 2 years, right? I'm not saying we can hit this, but if we did, I'd be really happy. Honestly, I'd be happy if we hit five. We just stayed at $5. Like, I would be awesome. But let's do 25 divided by point, say 17. That's about 147x. 147x. Let's just say you're earning yield for those 2 years and stuff like that. Let's just do a. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot of X's, you guys, man. That's like 260x on your in terms of dollars and stuff. Pretty awesome. Yeah, man. Also, voice, man. DCC is in good position to recomp, build muscle, lose fat. Yeah, man. I'm trying to do it, man. I'm getting into it, man. I'm trying to build up my fucking arms, dude. I have some big. I still have pretty decent triceps and stuff, but I'm gonna build these 22s. I don't got 22s, but I'm trying to build some. That's mostly being joking. Trust him. I'm 24 and my back's fucked up, and it's not cool, dude. I got really scared. Like I was I mean, me and my brother were always pulling like I was pulling like 680. 680 was my all-time wait, no, that's my brother. What the hell did I do? Was it 680? No, 630 pounds for singles. I did that. No, I attempted 664. No, my brother Eric did 680. Fucking strong motherfucker. It was janky though. I mean, it was like not the best form probably, but we're pretty young at the time. Yeah. Definitely. And if you want big ass, I mean, there's one more pro tip. I know we're talking about crypto and stuff like that, but one more pro tip and stuff. If you want big shoulders, let me tell you the secret, man. Standing military presses. It's basically the squat for the upper body and stuff. That's how you build out the shoulders. That's one thing that I did, because I was trying to get big shoulders for a long time, and I kept you kept doing like side lateral raises and stuff like that. I call them bird flaps and stuff, or like I had a little. I was trained by Charles Glass and stuff to like. There's actually a really good if you're holding the weight like this, it's almost like it's all elbow basically. It fucking burns like hell, dude. Just it's crazy. Like if you guys ever want to look into some cool stuff, like one of the best trainers and stuff is like Charles Glass and stuff. He's amazing. He's an amazing trainer and stuff. But definitely. But like what I figured out and stuff for my shoulders, how I was able to break a plateau was just I was doing standing military presses. I usually was doing maybe like 135, 155 overhead presses and stuff, standing, maybe like 5 to 8 reps, 5x5s and stuff. And just, that's how I kind of like put enough pressure on my shoulders and stuff. And then from there, did a lot more of just lighter work. So I did one heavy exercise and everything else was more reps for the shoulders. Cause like it's a small muscle. It's 3 muscles really. It's the front, side, and then the back and stuff. So a lot of face pulls as well for the rear delts. German, yeah, it's not cheap, brother. Yeah. Doesn't creatine make you bald? I don't think so. No. Let's see, Dennis de Ramos. Let's see. Thanks for covering DeFi Kingdoms and the Crypto Mindset course. I'm 2 weeks in, daily hero questing, loving the returns from the LP bank statue, getting the best returns from my hero. Hey, shout out, man. Beautiful, man. So many comments. My God, you guys. Plus, your red meats have creatine as well. Definitely. Just have like if you can just like somehow fit like some red meat and stuff into your diet. Just red meat that could be, and the carne asada is red meat. Seriously, just it's not even that expensive flank meat and stuff. You have some sort of, or lamb. Lamb is one of the cheapest red meats you can have as well. Like you just have a bunch of like red meat. Like all the vitamins are in red meat. Like everything, all the B12 vitamins, all the creatine, on like everything you need, zinc and shit, iron. It's in red meat. Just have a little bit of red meat, either dinner or in like just somewhere in your day and stuff, or have, and then have fish every other day or once every 3 days, and you're pretty good. You know, didn't have to cut me off. Let's see, DCC, best way to buy Beats, Phantom swap into Beats or on Spooky or on the Beats website. Either one, really, but I guess I would say Beats on the Beats website would probably be the best. So it's actually a good time. Let me pull it up. Didn't have to cut me off. So here is Beethoven X. So if you hit the stake button right here, so we can buy some Beats. You can stake it right here. So I don't know if I can, let me see, swap. I don't know, I think I have some Phantom. Yeah, I have some Phantom. So let's just do some Beats real quick. Wow, it doesn't even put, you would think it would put Beats right in the front. There we go, Beats. I don't know, let's buy like 10. I'll buy like 10 Phantom worth of Beats. Preview trade, confirm trade, and purchased. It's about 2-cent transaction fee. Not too shabby. Didn't have to cut me off. Anyway. Well, just waiting on the confirmation then. There we go. Cool. Nice. So then we take the Beats I just bought right now, invest your Beats into the Finetto Duetto pool, which is basically an 80-20 pool, which is really cool. So I invest it. Just hit the max button on this one. You don't hit the max on your Phantom because you need to leave money in there. So what it does, it automatically for you is it breaks up, it sells 20% of these Beats right here. So of this, 4 of them are going to use, 4 Beats are going to use to buy Phantom, which buys you 2.49 Phantom. Preview, approved Beats for investing. The fee is 1 penny. Ah, man, this drink's good. And we're waiting for that. Bum, ba-dum, bum. But anyway, as I wait, let's see. I'm gonna get to the new comments, see if I can do that. The Beats website has its own swap. Yes, it does. It is a swap basically. I mean, it's a balancer fork, so it's balancer on Phantom. Now I invest, and the fee is 0.026. So it's about it's almost like, it's like 4 cents basically. Not too shabby. Cool. Yay, I bought. Look at that. Chad now. Now I've hit this little X button. So like now that I've done that, like where did my Beats go? Well, I'm invested now. So I just take my cursor to the X. Bam. Now I scroll down. Stake your Finetto Duetto BTBs. Basically, they're just your LP tokens. And you see how it says 20.8? Okay, hit the max button, mint F Beats. It looks like a lot of steps, but this stuff's super cheap. It's like it's just like 1, a 2, a 3, done. Pretty simple. And look, the APR is actually 95 now. It actually went up. That's pretty tits. Didn't have to cut me off. But yeah. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. All right, cool. So now I've got 20. Now I just deposit again. I know it's a bunch of bullshit. Yeah, like, but yeah, deposit it again into this one. So what you're doing here is that you're buying the LP token. Now you're converting your LP tokens into a new token, which is F Beats. Because what they're doing this is you locked in your liquidity in here, and then you deposit your new liquidity tokens, F Beats, into the farm and deposit. Yep. Cool. Now I'm invested. I'm part of the 0.01111% of the aristocratic class. Am I in? Yep. Now I just wait for it to load for a second, and then basically, yeah. So gotta wait for this to load. Yeah. So there you go. I've got $18 in balance and stuff. My share is not like nothing of the pool, but I'm starting to earn Beats, which is really cool. So here's the sort of thing that's really cool about this: is if you just leave your Beats here for a while, there'll be a snapshot every week where you're allowed to vote depending on how much F beats you have. And your F beats are almost equivalent to like the price of beats. So it's literally 1 for 1. So I have like $18 worth and stuff like that. So once the voting happens, you can go over here to something called vote. And then you can vote for these farming incentive gauge votes and stuff. So you can click this right here. And then there's projects that will give you, depending on how you voted, and depending on how many votes and stuff, you will get airdrops for stuff. So if let's just say Pirate Party was one of the ones that actually had one of the better airdrops for this last gauge round. If you deposit today, you won't be able to do this. So you have to wait for the next 2 weeks for the snapshot. But you leave your money here, you take a vote, and then you'll get airdropped coins. But you have to go through the Discord and stuff. So just read all these documentations and stuff like that before doing this. But this is what I'm personally doing, and it's a way for me to get. Go back a little bit. It's a way for me to get this 95% APR and including an extra amount as well. So basically, I'll be able to get an extra 2 to 4% APR per week, every 2 weeks from doing the votes and stuff in terms of airdrops. So it's pretty cool. I mean, this is one of the reasons the token's doing pretty well. I do think in the next bit, it's going to end up going, $1.50 to, $2.50 in that range. So it's not too terrible. That's kind of why I'm so bullish on Beats, and it's pretty useful. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of incentives and stuff. I mean, if I just go back to the votes and stuff, right? More and more teams are starting to incentivize the votes. So let's go in here. So Phantom of the Opera, Phantom Die, and all that stuff. So you're starting to get like, that's Liquid Driver, SpookySwap. You're starting to get people starting to like incentivize these pools and stuff. And people start getting competitive, and then they'll start paying out more and more, which will cause more people to buy Beats. So it just causes a positive feedback loop. So it's a pretty sick system. But yeah. Beats, Bears, Beats. How many X's could Beats go? It can go pretty high, I guess. But the thing is like, I mean, like, let's look at the market cap real quick. Beats. 541 in market cap. It is $60 million market cap. So I mean, let's compare it to Boo. SpookySwap is 106. So it's the sort of thing like maybe it can do a 2x or something in terms of the market cap, but then it starts hitting this upwards limit of like SpookySwap and stuff, because SpookySwap literally has about $1 billion of value on it versus this other website and stuff. So I mean, I can pull up a DeFi Llama real quick so you can take a look. And be sure to hit the like and subscribe button, you guys. Notification bell as well. Hit the like button. Smash that shit. But here we go. Here's DeFi Llama. And if I go to Phantom real quick, like $8.1 billion locked up in terms of the platform. Right now, SpookySwap has $1.28 billion under TVL. And if we look at Beats, Beats currently has 360 of that. So it's over time, more and more money is going to be locked in this platform and stuff. And the token does have less supply than, or actually, no, Beats has more supply. I'm sorry. So it's the sort of thing like, this is going to be a steady Eddie climber and stuff. If I see $2 to $3, that's pretty good. I'm probably going to be taking profits somewhere in the $2 range on X token Beats and stuff, and keep a really decent moon bag for Beats and stuff. I've been in this project since September, so I fuck with Beats heavy. DCC, why does Liquid Driver go inactive on SpookySwap? Well, it's because the incentives run out, and then they just recently added more to the incentive. So I mean, I could show you. Let's take a quick look. So if I go here, what do I have? SpookySwap, yeah, SpookySwap, stake XBoo, 29% APR. Yeah, so they've added Liquid Driver back again, and it's going to be around for another 57 days. So I don't. So it basically what happens? It rolled over. Then Liquid Driver sent more coins and said, "Hey, yeah, keep the incentive pool up because we want more people using us and stuff." Because what people are doing is they're leaving their Boo here and they're yield farming Liquid Driver, and then staking for 2 years on Liquid Driver or doing the other pools and stuff. That's kind of what's going on. So. The yield's pretty shit, honestly. It's like 1%. So I don't know what's going on with these pools right now. I think this may be a little bit off, because I know that usually the yields are like 8 to 15%. So I think this is a little off right now in all these pools. Might be a technical error. But yep. Yeah, no, for sure, man. No problem. I now fuck heavy with these beats too. Yeah. Sheesh. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Colon. Yeah, man. Hit that like button. 199 people up in here. Yeah, that's right, man. 203, sir. Is there impermanent loss on beats? There is, but it's lessened. It's an 80-20 split. Instead of being 50-50, you've got a 80-20 split. So it's you get less of it basically. The thing is like the reason the way I treat it is like if beats does really good, I get more phantom. If phantom does really good, I get more beats. So I'm happy with it. So it's a way to get it's almost like the best case scenario for like the least amount of impermanent loss, but there still is impermanent loss for sure. Can you go over how to get the Reaper airdrop for Magic Cat holders? Yeah, buy Magic Cats or buy any of these things. There's going to be a snapshot, and you have to go to their Discord for the Reaper, and then you have to sign up and then link one of your wallets with where all your NFTs are at and stuff. So, yeah. So if you already have Magic Cats and you're fine, then you can just do that for yourself. But that's just how it's going to go. Bum, ba-dum, bum. Let's see. Let's go through the comments and stuff. But yeah, man, like I'm really excited about the Phantom ecosystem. I can't wait till the PulseChain ecosystem so I can start doing all these like yield farm videos on how to yield farm and what are the best LPs on Phantom and on the PulseChain ecosystem. I'm gonna make ones on AVAX eventually once the Crystal Veil actually fully launches and stuff, and then we can start playing around on all these ecosystems and just find the best money making opportunities to yield on our assets. So, yeah. DCC, why did the real God Whale stake 200 million hex besides the obvious? He's like, might as fucking well. Maybe to give the market more confidence, as well as probably to lower the daily t-shirt payout and have it more for himself. That could be it. 200 million hex at 555. That's a lot of t-shares. So it did lower the daily t-shirt payout a bit, and also increase the average up. So, yeah. Is it better to have all your Magic Cats on one wallet opposed to two wallets? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. As long as you're not afraid of like losing the cash or something. Let's see. Last night's whale making crypto strategies was interesting. I'm glad I took the crypto. Yeah, heck yeah, man. Those flash webinars we do are pretty amazing. But definitely, man. Definitely. For anyone that's in the crypto mindset, of course, just be on the lookout for pinned messages for special things. Pretty cool things and stuff. So, yeah. I'm gonna scroll up a little bit, go back to some of the comments I missed and stuff. Let's see. Sardines leads to gout. Yeah. But yes, and sardines also can you can get what is that called? Not lead poisoning, but you can get essentially mercury poisoning. You can get your mercury can go really high on that and stuff. Is there a snapshot for beats? Yeah, every 2 weeks, or every week, basically. So yeah, once you leave your F beats there, you get a snapshot, and then a port. So you have like a certain amount there, and even though those 2 weeks you could have gained more, there's only that amount, and the next week that gets added, and it's like that basically. Pretty cool incentive system to hold a bunch of beats and stuff. Hopefully, beats goes to $5. If it goes to $5, man, I'll be like, shit, dude. I'll be like, hell yeah, man. I've been holding for a long time, and I've done pretty decent on the project. Steak, eggs, oysters, sardine. Now I would just cut sardines. I fuck with sardines. I like sardines, but it's just they're not healthy for you. You can't eat a lot of them over time, dude. Once in a while, sure, but like a bunch of them, hell no, dude. Time frame for the pin? The next couple days, basically. Are all these ecosystems good training for what Palomos will do? Their white paper looks that way. Yeah, I mean, we're kind of, it's a sort of thing where Palomos, Fancy Birds, Alluvium, they're all doing a certain type of model. They're working with each other, and it's just like the next wave. That's why I'm talking about GameFi so much. It's the next wave. It's the next pump wave in the crypto space. And I'm just putting you guys into position to be able to yield on that and earn these tokens while no one gives a fuck about them, because that's how you get rich. This is the same thing what happened during Decentraland. Like, even though I decided to step away and went into Hex, like if I had, let's just say I never got into Hex and was into Decentraland, I'd be still very well off. Very well off. Same thing with Sandbox and all this stuff. Like, even though people, it's like, oh, this shit's stupid, but normies want it. So it kind of is what it is. If everyone wants it, it just is what it is. But hit the like button, you guys. Let's see. What is causing the drop in APY and Phantom Boot pool on SpookySwap? It's just more money's pooling into that pool, as well as the transactions are down overall on all the systems. All right, right now our DeFi Kingdoms and Fancy Birds good time. Well, let's check it out. Let's look at the prices. Bum, 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 bum. Boom. Okay. Let's look at FNC first. 52 cents. Yeah, it's a decent price to get in. Locking in some right now. Basically, like, if you're going to do a long-term play on this and stuff, like, let's just say you have $3,000 or $4,000 as an allocation. What I personally would do is, like, because you have to LP with this. So what I would personally do is, like, if I had $4,000 to invest in this, or in that range, basically half of what I'm buy, and then make these LPs. I put half of it out for a year. So I do a full, like, let's just do $2,000. So $1,000 of Fancy Bird with $1,000 of Ethereum, lock it up for a year to gain that 500% APR, and then the other half of the LP would be liquid in the side where I can just withdraw it at any time. And that way I'd have a position where I'd be able to earn a maximum amount of points, and I have a longer term play there, and I'm able to, like, bass boost the yield, basically. So it's like, by having like $4,000, half of it being locked for a year and half of being liquid, you're essentially getting somewhere in the low 400 APR range on that money. So you're earning 400% APR on $4,000, and then that's not including if the price of Ethereum goes up or the Fancy Birds goes up. So it's a pretty decent way to kind of earn tokens, and it gives you kind of like coins to, like, do something with or cash out in the future. So it just gives you something else to, like, be able to sell at some point, which is good. And take a shot at it, because look at it, it's $21 million market cap, but this does really decent. I think it will, because it's very well connected. But I mean, even if it's just like $150 million market cap and stuff, and you control more tokens, I mean, you might be doing all right with it. What was the other game? The other game was Jewel. Jewel's at about $6.90. I think this is a great price. I mean, for myself personally, I really, it would take BTC dropping to $29,000 for this to go down to like $4. With all the upgrades, especially the expansion pack that's coming out into AVAX right now, that's coming out soon. I think this token price is going to hold up very well, and there's going to be more of a use for DeFi Kingdoms. I do think Crystal Veil token is going to outperform it short term, and then eventually the value will accrue back to Jewel. But that's what I'm seeing right now. There's going to be a lot of use cases for Jewel. Probably when you get the Crystal Veil launch, we'll probably be looking at like $12, $14 Jewel as a minimum in terms of what happens with the pump. Do centralized exchanges like Coinbase usually buy a lot of the token before they list it, or do they start an order book? A little of both. They do need some of the token and stuff in order to, like, really list it properly, because if they get a lot of demand, they'll just run out, Yeah, great time to buy the Jewel token. Yeah, definitely agree. Anyone catch the Hex dip at 17 cents? Hopefully. I mean, we told people about it today. Mike Tyson, thanks, man. I saw the sponsored Hex car in the Daytona 500. Looks sick. Yeah, it looks pretty cool, dude. I guess look to the beginning of the stream and stuff. I talk a little more about it. Yeah, subnets, bro. Yep, subnets. Yep. But hey, thank you guys. I'm gonna end up heading out right now, so I'll catch you guys later. Peace.